two of their players sent off for fighting with each other in a pre-season friendly in recent weeks. Poor results as well for Benfica. Ups and downs in pre-season so far. It's a pretty strong looking side. Jan Vertonghen back from playing in the Euros. He does play today. And a couple of the others who have returned are either on the bench or left out altogether. Of course, some still making their way back from international duty. No Jose Font to lead Lille today. He has signed a new contract to stay with the club. Well, it has been a summer of expected departures. Only two so far. Mike Magnon, of course, and Boubakary Somara have moved on from the French champions. So this is their starting 11 today. Renato Sanchez is here, but is not involved, of course. A lot of talk about his future. So too that of Jonathan Ikone as well, who many thought was perhaps beyond the way to Borussia Dortmund with the departure of Jadon Sancho, but they seem to have moved on from that. So it's heads down and time to set yourselves up for a new campaign. Jesus still in charge, of course, at Benfica, but there is a new man in charge across the technical area. And after lots of speculation and lots of talks with different managers, Jocelyn Gouverneur is the man tasked. It's Lille who get us underway. Who are sporting their squad numbers today without the names on the back of the shirts. And the Benfica in their change colours of white. Vertonghen with an early touch. He played more minutes than anybody in the Portuguese league last season and just has that desire and that hunger, that mentality, and he just wants to play if there's a game of football, and no indication, of course, of him wanting to lay off. Of course, Nicolas Otamendi and Everton are both still working their way back from the Copa America in isolation at the moment after returning from Brazil. Ndava with a throw. It's on towards Bamba. And switch coming all the way across the field, but as Luis Araujo tried to get their defender just getting in the way and getting the foot on it. Important from Alex Grimaldo. All the way back to Leo Jardim. Might just have to get a little spurt on here, which he does. He just came under a little bit of pressure there. Araujo again. Does have support. Cross cleared away. Lucas Verissimo stretching out a long right leg. Jelic. By Sven Botman. Thiago Diallo looking for the crossfield diagonal. Nice ball for Araujo again. It's nicely worked again. Araujo with the cross. It's just a little too long. It will come loose on the strike. It's only just off target from Yazici. And Celik and Yazici linking up well. Just opened up for a moment there. Taken down by the fullback and helped on to his compatriot. Bright start by the French champions. Corner taken by Bamba. And we'll get it back here. And gets it back as he received the ball. He was still coming back from an offside position. Well, the financial problems, of course, that affected Lille started last winter. And still lots going on in the background about that situation. Gerard Lopez, who, of course, was in charge and moved the club on, and is now, of course, in charge of Bordeaux. But again, there's talk of legal action there as well. Tongan away, but not the best clearance in the world. Luis Araujo. Yazici. Ikone. He gets it back here, Jonathan Ikone. He was looking for the return, but Araujo didn't read his intentions. And away by Alex Grimaldo. Worth remembering with Benfica, they did finish third. It could easily have been fourth. They were left crossing their fingers that Braga would slip up against Sporting. Just to give them the opportunity to face a Champions League qualifier. And of course, it had to be a meeting with their former coach, Guy Vitoria, now in charge of Spartak Moscow in Russia. And the first meeting for that is 10 days away. João Mario. 5 years since he joined Inter. A loan spells away from the club. A loan spell, of course, at Sporting last season, where he ended their long wait for the title. It was automatically assumed he'd just returned there permanently, and all of a sudden he ended up at Benfica. That's for Tongan. This is Grimaldo, and by Rafa Silva. Grimaldo. It's a little tight for Gonzalo Ramos, and he loses out as the ball came very, very quickly at him. It's up towards Ikone. Just a little too tight. And challenge from Vertonghen. So much respect around European football for Jan Vertonghen, 34 now. He's 8 years at Tottenham in England, starting his career at Ajax. 131 caps for his country. And disappointing Euros really in the end for Belgium, but there's quite a few nations that would say that as well, not least Portugal. It's a lovely ball. Might just have a little too much on it for Grimaldo, but the vision to spot the gap and to put it in there, Grimaldo not quite able to get that. It's a little bit of a let-off in the end. Interesting looking back pass, but it worked from Zeki Celik. A lot about tempo about this. As we do get closer to the start of the season, coaches do really want to see their players just reaching that optimum level. And maybe playing 45 minutes, 60 minutes, 75 minutes as they push it up a little. Lots of substitutes available on both sides. There's a little bit of a shove on Bamba there, but nothing to force the referee to give a free kick. Vertonghen from Verissimo. Again, he's looking for that ball for Grimaldo. Lovely little help on as well for Rafa Silva, just crowded out in the end. Benjamin Andre and Yazici just making sure there was no way past. One thing you do tend to notice more in pre-season, and it is something that coaches do talk about more, is that when they do get free kicks, they tend to just put the ball down and start playing again. If it's sort of 30-40 yards from goal, they tend not to go through any of the intricate set-piece routines that you may see on a league match day or a cup match day. Those ones are kept in the coach's locker, worked on the training ground, finely tuned. There's Rafa Silva again. Verissimo. Grimaldo. Vertonghen. Again, they've moved Rafa Silva really well there. And it's another dangerous little run, the strike. Just a little off balance in the end as it was hit from Luka Waldschmidt. Rafa Silva is so clever, gets into such good areas. Just saw that then as he wandered forward. In the end, the struck by Waldschmidt left a little bit to be desired. Completely off balance. Absolutely no problem at all for Leo Jardim. Cornet, away by Grimaldo. It's again just a little over hasty really from Verissimo, trying to win the ball. Botman forward. So come towards Andre. Well, there is a coming together, but the referee felt it was a fair one. Now there is a free kick for the challenge from Gilberto. It was a moment where they were all over each other. And Gilberto had a little bit of a lunge. Might be something for the goalkeeper to do here. Odysseas Vlachodimos, who came on as a substitute in that cup final defeat after Helton was sent off early on in the first half. Free kick only half cleared and helped back in with interest by Rajo. This is Pizzi. Vertonghen. Weigl. João Mario. To be a new arrival, of course. Sualio Maite will be joining Benfica from Torino in the next couple of days. He has arrived in Portugal now for his medical. Adds something a little different in the middle of that midfield. It certainly bolsters them and strengthens them. Might not be the only one as well, though. I thought that a couple more might be coming in as well. Pizzi seen off by Mandava. Vertonghen again, you see lots and lots of the ball. Grimaldo. Little running behind. Seen off. And Gilberto got high up the field. First time we've seen him able to get up over halfway and make that sort of run. The sign from Fluminense. Started last season. I mentioned that huge outlay of cash. And so Jesus returned to the club. That stunning set of results and trophies he had with Flamengo. Unfortunate to lose out in that World Club Cup final to Liverpool. Ikone just makes it so easy when he has the ball at his feet. Ikone's cross, good stretch by Vertonghen to get the ball away. And tidy from Weigl and João Mario. It's beautifully helped away by the goalkeeper Vlachodimos as well. Rafa Silva unable to quite take it in this time. It shows the situation and the times that Benfica find themselves in. Rafa Silva, the only Benfica player in the Portugal squad for the European Championships. You'll see with the jettisoning of players as well, the likes of Samaris, Chiquinho and Jota, all been told they are surplus to requirements by Jorge Jesus. It's nicely done again, and the charge is on again from Bamba. Grimaldo. João Mario. Long spells, of course, over the last couple of years, back at Sporting, at Lokomotiv as well, in Moscow. Just hasn't ever really been able to fulfill that promise. He was a very young player on a consistent level. I'm sure Jesus feels he can get the best out of him. João Mario is certainly prepared to face the inevitable stick he'll get for joining Benfica, being a Sporting boy. Some backbone to stand up to that. Here's Vertonghen. Grimaldo. Really got anywhere to go there, but he's done beautifully well to help the ball onto Waldschmidt. He just ran into traffic rather than attacking the line. Did open up for Luka Waldschmidt for a moment there. Neither of those brought in after a really good couple of years for Freiburg in the Bundesliga. And got himself into the German national setup as well. Scored twice on his debut as well, Waldschmidt, but again, it's just been that new team trying to find the consistency. It's that run from Ikone again where it's a really good stretch by Vertonghen. It needed to be as well, didn't it? And Jonathan David was waiting in the middle. Nicely moved on by Yusuf Yazici. Not Mandava. Again, Ikone coming deep. There's Thiago Giallo, who's already made a very public apology for his role in that dust-up, punch-up, fracas, call it what you like. It took place in the friendly with Kortrijk in Belgium. And he and his compatriot Xhaka were, well, they started off by exchanging words to each other and then exchanged fists. And both were sent off. It got to the stage where the opposition coach decided that rather than play 11 against 9 in the second half, he took a man off himself to try and keep it competitive. Not the sort of thing that a manager needs in pre-season. Still a few injuries in this Benfica squad that have affected their pre-season preparations. It's a bit of a risky ball out by Jardim, the goalkeeper, but he got away with it. Benjamin Andre does really well to help the ball on here. And it's on towards Ikone. His cross, that's a very good header away by Verissimo. Yazici. Mandava arriving from fullback. 3 in the middle. Bamba. Sven Botman. This will go back to the goalkeeper. Sven Botman again. Diallo. Celik. Careless giving the ball away there. Even in a friendly, it doesn't go down well. Grimaldo. Ramos. Couldn't find any space with Diallo, very tight to him. Past the midway point of the first half. And this is Jonathan David, who's bought himself a metre or two. Yazici, Celik, Araujo. Had the opportunity to work the way through there, and then they've ended up coming back out and going all the way back to the goalkeeper. little bit of keep ball from Lille. A week and a half away from playing in the Super Cup in France against Paris Saint-Germain, team they pipped to the title. It's certainly been a smoother summer for the capital club rather than the club from the club based in Villeneuve-d'Ascq. Lille's 4th title. Of course, a fixture in the Champions League around the mid-2000s. Just lost their way. Of course, it was expected that Benfica would lose their way after he departed. Rui Vitória came in and showed that they could be successful under a different coach and also produce players as well who they sold for a lot of money. Rui Vitória, who will face them in the Champions League in just over a week's time, just under a fortnight's time now, really, towards Bamba. Ikone. Again, it's nicely done as they work their way forward with the ball. Bamba again trying to help the ball on. That was cut out. João Mario. Grimaldo. João Mario again. Gilberto. He's gone down there as Ramos, holding his ankle. He quickly back to his feet. And certainly a couple of those in white asked for a free kick from the referee. Zici. Botman again. And made the move from Ajax. After he'd had a really good load spell at Heerenveen. Diallo. Fixture in the side last season. And didn't turn 21 until January. Played all but one game in the league last season. Vertonghen. Silva helping it on. Well, that's a bit of a wild one from Ikone. The forwards back pass, shall we call it. He's completely lost his bearings there. An opportunity for Vertonghen and Verissimo to join Ramos inside the penalty area here. And he just tried to be a little too fancy. Bamba in the way. I've got the feeling this time it's going to be a little more direct. Just hammered in with some pace. Really whipped across the front, and Benjamin Andre did well to just make sure that it came off his head square rather than flashed off it. He must have ended up in the back of his own net very easily. And the third corner in quick succession leads to the goal, and it's a really good header by Gonzalo Ramos, picked out by Pizzi, who hammered the ball across goal. Real thunderous corner, and all he had to do was make sure that he got enough on it to put it past the helpless goalkeeper. And Benfica have the lead just shy of the half-hour mark. Lovely finish, lovely header. Again, it was all about the delivery, the pace. And then it was just a case of guiding the ball in. And the 20-year-old did just that. He's made quite a name for himself since breaking into the team with a number of important goals. Of course, he was the striker in that under-19 Portugal team in 2019 that the UEFA under-19 championships was so good, and was very, very unfortunate to get beaten by a Spain team in the final, which they, and many observers, felt were very, very unfortunate to lose that game. Diallo just a little clumsy in possession, but got away with it. So if you're going to be clumsy in possession, you get it out of the way in pre-season, get sharp for the new season. Gilberto. Luka Walshman didn't really have anywhere to go there. Yazici. Yazici again. Just come through towards Jonathan David. Araujo. Grimaldo did well. He was teasing him, he was going one way, going the other. Yazici with a curler. Comfortable for the goalkeeper, just came round nicely for Odysseas Vlachodimos. He's played a lot of football for Benfica since making that move from Panathinaikos. That's a little late, but the ball does come loose, which is why the referee will say play on, and then we'll go back for an offside. If he wanted to be fussy, he could have gone even further back and then given the free kick, because there was no real advantage in the end. It's a clear foul there, and the offside there, which killed the attack. João Gonçalves just going with his assistant's decision. And there was Jardim, happy to play out from the back. And the goalkeeper who moved over from Brazil and then actually spent last year in Portugal, didn't he, with Boa Vista. Having spent time as well at Rio Ave a couple of years ago. He's played here before, and now of course back with Lille. Vertonghen. And towards Gonçalo Ramos. Thiago Diallo. Celik. Hasn't really got anywhere to go here. Rafa Silva making sure there was no way out for him. To take a goal kick in that situation. will the Lille fullback. Jelic again taking a gamble on his touch. Just about got away with it. Corner. Mandava. And he got to the ball. The referee's going to give a corner. He was thinking about giving the free kick.
Right foot, you. Gil. Lucas. Ramos. Come from your side.
It's a corner who will take the corner. It's going to come towards Diallo. Oh, he just didn't quite get it. Slammed it. Perhaps almost off his ankle. Just open up for him for a moment. Very nearly fell to the man in the middle. Again, the ball looking for the pace and direct forwards that Lille have. This is David. Ikone, Bamba. And it just wouldn't quite click for them in and around the penalty area. Well, that's a comfortable save for the goalkeeper. Again, not quite having the beans to test the goalkeeper. He was bobbling around in front of him. Vertonghen. Alex Grimaldo. That's a little loose pass. And seized upon very, very quickly. Bamba. Mandava joining from fullback. Bamba. And he wants a free kick, but was already going to ground Gilberto, who'd got in front of him. Good piece of defending. A lot of these players out there have looked sharp tonight. They've really benefited from these warm weather camps that they've been taking part in on the Algarve. I'm sure she's just getting his players away from it. Difficult for many teams to work out where they're going and what they're doing in pre-season with the pandemic and difficulties surrounding that. It's just one in the back. Lille haven't really been able to test the goalkeeper Vlachodimos in this first half. Strange ball from Leo Jardim behind Diallo, which again puts Lille into a tricky predicament as they have to play out from the back. And that's a foul. might require a little word as well. Lucas Verissimo. And Lille just wanted to get on with the game as the referee was making a point of talking to the Brazilian. Just came straight through, didn't it? Easy decision. Absolutely flattened the forward. Jelic. Botman. He's a little away from home now. As that is played forward towards Rafa Silva. Support arriving now from Waldschmidt. And he's seen off by Yazici. That's forward again. It's a beautiful pick out and the chance for a second. It's a fine stop to deny Waldschmidt from Leo Jardine. It's a really strong hand. Lille survive another difficult moment. That's a foul by João Mario and a yellow card as well. Don't often see cards in pre-season games. One for Benfica's new boy. Last 5 minutes of the first half. First half that Benfica have really grown into and got stronger and stronger as the half has gone on. It's hard to know where Lille are at this stage. Yes, champions of France, but losing Christophe Galtier. So he moved down to Nice. Losing a couple of players, important players in Magnon and Somara as well. They've still got some real talent in this squad, and they should have an equaliser. It's Bamba now as the first one comes off the bar, and the second in a third, denied by the goalkeeper from Mondavar's header. Well, the first chance was the big one for the Canadian. And coming back off the woodwork, had a second attempt. And Mondavar as well, testing Odysseas Vlachodimos. Fine piece of work by the Greek international in the end. Vertonghen. Again, just a couple of little niggly ones. Well, Mondavar didn't feel he'd done much wrong on Waldschmidt there. Really good run by the fullback. This was the chance there. He felt he'd done everything right. He opened his body up really well and looked to find the top corner, just got underneath it a fraction. And the second one well saved by the goalkeeper, and the third fairly comfortable. João Mario, it's a lovely cushion ball in a tricky area as Yazici closed him down. Rafa Silva takes the throw for Gilberto. Yazici again doing the hard work to win it back. Leo Jardim's clearance. It's coming straight back at the moment. Referee just body checked Yazici as he tried to get to the ball. And groan from the Turk. And inevitably, the supporters of Benfica and the board at Benfica will expect better this season than last season. In Champions League departure in the third qualifying round, it was a little unlucky. Being drawn away from home at PAOK in the third qualifying round, with PAOK going well. Still, you would have expected them to come through it. That was the save by Leo Jardim to deny Waldschmidt. Rafa Silva's late goal in that game, not enough. To Janulis and Zivkovic, and put PAOK 2-0 up. Well, it's been a decent first half in Faro. Benfica getting stronger and stronger as the half went on, and deservedly got themselves a goal. A really fine header from Gonzalo Ramos after Pizzi had 3 attempts to find the perfect corner. He did at the 3rd attempt. A couple of chances since then. Waldschmidt forcing a very good save from the goalkeeper, and at the other end, David has hit the woodwork for Lille. It's Benfica in front at the interval here in Faro at the Estadio do Algarve. It's Benfica 1, Lille 0. Odysseus Vlachodimos makes way for Elton. They shared duties last season. Now the Brazilian on for the second half, but the only change for Benfica at half-time just shows how closer we are getting to the start of the new season. Expect the changes to come in 60, 65 minutes. Through to 75 minutes, that was the indication Jorge Jesus gave before the game. He wants to give players a good run out, and then those that haven't had that much time tonight will play in a few nights' time against Marseille in the same venue. This is Pizzi. Gonzalo Ramos controlled the ball, nearly fell over it. João Mario. Just a little too heavy for Pizzi. Mondovar with the throw. And that wonderful run that almost led to an equaliser for Lille just before half-time. He tested the goalkeeper while Jonathan David went so close to scoring when he hit the bar. Gilberto's throw, João Mario. Back heel by Pizzi, but straight to a red shirt, and Benjamin Andre. It was a little too straight in that situation from Luis Araujo. The idea was good. Execution not quite there. Lots of attackers on the bench for Lille, by the way. Only one defender, and everyone else just seem about a forward. Vertonghen. Of course, we didn't mention that Jose Font and Renato Sanchez are both here. They've both been doing media duties and in-house media commitments for their club. Renato Sanchez, of course, is widely being talked about as a potential departee before the season starts. And again, so too was Ikono, and there were a number of them in red who were being linked with moves away from the club. But of course, such is the current financial climate in football, it's very hard to get the sort of price that you would be looking for any player at the moment, unless you are of the truly elite level. And we're talking players at the very top of world football, those who can write their own checks. Andre penalised. Well, Pizzic's delivery has been a sight to behold so far. Thundered the corner across that led to the goal. He tries to go with pace this time, but gets underneath it. Straight away to himself, the delivery was disappointing. Again, it's a little bit of a waste from Lille. Gilberto able to keep the ball in play as he tried to help it on towards Luka Waldschmidt. Verissimo. It's on by Julian Weigl. Didn't see him on the ball much in that first half, Weigl. Making that move from Borussia Dortmund. It was a surprise to a few. It was Benfica that he decided to move to. A fee around 20 million euros. Signed until 2024. There are a number of players that are on quite big contracts and lengthy contracts as well. Samaris, who's been made available only last year, signed a new contract for another couple of years at the club. That will be a financial burden. Of course, a club at the moment that it isn't exactly in turmoil, but certainly rocked by the arrest of Felipe Vieira and the resignation of the club president. Ikone. It's going to come to Bamba. That's good defending by Gilberto. Bamba tried to give him the eyes, tried to fox him. He just kept his eyes on the ball. His feet in the game, good piece of defending. Just to see where Lille end up in the defence of their title this season. As well as Paris, of course, and obviously the talent at Lyon, Nice, and we've been busy in the transfer market again. Rennes, this summer's big spenders as well. It's going to be a battle to be in the top 5 or 6 at this rate, but it certainly will help if they can keep the talent like they have with Bamba and Ikono and David. This is Jonathan David, the Canadian international. Won by Andre Araujo. Botman. Bamba. Yazici. Diallo. Runners going now. It's a high line, though, that Benfica are holding. It's got to be timed absolutely perfectly. Cornet has the ball so tight, in control, and goes quickly. Angelic Not much to aim for in the middle. Cross struck Grimaldo, who recovered well. Was caught out by the early ball. Diallo for Sven Botman. Helped on again by Ikone. Again, it won't quite come as the ball just breaks loose. They soon have it back. And they have it in a good area here. Oh, the ball across goal is wild in the end. Again, they've got themselves into good areas. Again, it was Jelic. And we're disappointed they didn't work anything better there. David had just pulled deep as well, but there was no one going in there. And in the end, the effort at goal by Jelic was wild. And here come the first batch of changes. Yazici, João Mario and Weigl combined to get in the way and win the ball. Julian Weigl again. Gilberto, just play moving from one side of the field to the other. And trying to help the ball on was Rafa Silva. And got there before Sven Botman. And a yellow card for the Dutchman. A little hobble as well. So sharp, Rafa Silva, isn't he? He saw the opportunity to get to that ball first and was on it. And flash. Well, Pizzi hands over duties from this set piece and leaves it for João Mario. It's a bit of a horrible ball in the end. Overhit, floaty, a bit of a waste. It's nicely done by Benjamin Andre. Ikone. And the run is made now by Bamba. I think he knew he was offside and wasn't getting there anyway. Jan Vertonghen. Just at that time now where the Benfica players can see on the touchline there's a big line of players waiting to come on, so some will know this is the last involvement in the game. The last involvement in the game may lead to a goal. Gonzalo Ramos's run is brought to an end. Leo Jardim will get the ball away. Diallo. Nicely done for Mondava. Nicely done by Bamba. Luis Araro. David makes a run now, and that's an effort at goal. It comes back off the frame. And the second time Lille come as close as you can without scoring. Right off the face of the post. Lovely effort. Again, opening his body up really, really nicely. Bending it round Vertonghen, just didn't quite come round enough. And here come the changes. Haris Seferovic, Adel Tarabt and Jedson. Fernandes will come on. And Gonzalo Ramos makes way. So too Luka Waldschmidt. Jedson, who, if media reports are to be believed, could well be on his way to Lille in the coming days or weeks. Very strong link there, although the price may just be a little out of Lille's reach. But Jedson at the moment is one of those Benfica players who would be available. Pizzi was the other who made way, along with the goal scorer Gonzalo Ramos and Luka Waldschmidt. Adel Tarabt, of course, has reinvented himself somewhat at Benfica. After those maybe troubled early years. Of course, it was at Lens, just down the road from Lille, where he made his breakthrough in football. And the spell in England certainly had its ups and downs. Gilberto. Putting the ball on here for Julian Weigl. João Mario. Jedson Fernandes. Gilberto nowhere to go. Botman. Dutchman again, this time looking cross-field. Rather telegraphed his intentions. And cut out well again by Grimaldo, who read it. Verissimo for Vertonghen. Otamendi still to come into the mix there when he is available again, which will be next week. With his exploits in winning the Copa America with Argentina. Of course, Darwin Nunez as well, yet to come back into the equation as well. An impressive first season the Uruguayan had in the colours of Benfica. Diallo. And they're playing out from deep, but they're playing themselves into trouble. On a number of occasions, Yasici this time had nowhere to go. It wasn't the best ball to him. And Benfica are just smothering them a little here. Jedson. Gilberto. Jedson. Gilberto goes for the return. Mondavar with the cover. Again, they're intent on playing their way out. Not really going anywhere. Nice little turn. And there's the get out for them. That was risky again. Grimaldo just getting a little touch of Luis Arajo. And changes now for the French champions. Able to change things around. Burak Yilmaz, the veteran Turkish international, will be the first man on. Timothy Weah as well. Lihaji coming on here. Ticone, Arajo. Maybe make way. And change up top. And out wide. As Isak Lihaji comes on, the 19-year-old. The three that have gone off will be certainly a sight for the Benfica players, because they were causing all sorts of problems. Burak Yilmaz, one of the old stages, of course, now at the age of 36. He celebrated his 36th birthday just last week. Career that's taken in Beşiktaş, Fenerbahçe, Galatasaray. And you've done a lot, of course, there, as well as time at Trabzonspor and also in the Chinese Super League as well. A lot of goal for Lille last season. He was the final piece, really, of the jigsaw, the icing on the cake of Christophe Galtier's side. Just brought in his know-how, his experience, and his goals as well. Pass again was a little loose from Celli. The Tongan under pressure. Elton able to help it away. Ken Grimaldo making good ground from fullback. João Mario. Helped on by Rafa Silva. Space for Gilberto near side. Jetson. Again, the space is wide right. Gilberto. It's good work by Jetson to keep the ball in play, right in front of his coach as well. Weigl. João Mario. Gilberto. A little dummy from Rafa Silva, doesn't quite come off. He does go and win the ball back though. Such a special player, Rafa Silva. Such a talisman. And such a good signing Benfica made when they took him from Braga. Jan Vertonghen. Verissimo. And Weigl again just pulling off to that right-hand side. Benfica engaging a little bit of keep ball before trying to open up. They've opened up well here, although there's just a little tug. Matarabt. Not much in it, but enough right in front of the referee. Burak Yilmaz. It's looking for Weah. It's again a good piece of defending by Vertonghen. The flag's gone up anyway. And Weah made the run through the middle, and Burak Yilmaz made the break. The flag went up against the veteran Turk. Certainly one thing for Timothy Weah that he's had to live with all his life is growing up in the spotlight, and the weight of expectation. And still finding his feet in his professional career. He turned 21 back in February. Time in Paris and a loan spell at Celtic as well, and now settling into life in Lille. Mainly used from the bench last season. A few important goals in that title charge. It's off a silver again. Gilberto. Running into a little bit of a cul-de-sac there. And trying to knock all the houses down at the end of it to find a way out. João Mario. Tarabt. Tarabt was always the mercurial number 10 in England. He played a little deeper role for Benfica for much of last season. I'm certainly sure Jesus wasn't afraid of giving him responsibility. Jedson, Seferovic. Ball back was just a little behind him, but they are still moving here. Grimaldo's cross charge down. No way out for Lihaji there. Tarabt. Gilberto. Off a silver again. Again, there's a little shove on him, a little push. Just been on the end of a couple of little niggly challenges in the last few minutes. Another free kick inside the final 20 minutes now in Faro. Lovely warm evening. Temperature was up in the 30s a little earlier, but it's down around the mid-20s now. As we reach 9:30 at night, local time. It's nicely done by Yazici under pressure. Here he is again. Jelly. That's a yellow card if ever you've seen one for Seferovic, who did some chasing but didn't want to do any more, the Swiss international. Thiago was just opening up there, and there was a lot of open turf to open up into as well. Where? Burak Yilmaz. Celik. Lihaj. Weigl. Also looks as though he has time on the ball. João Mario. Tarabt able to turn. Seferovic had made the run. Didn't want it there, though. Tarabt again. He might have a go from here. He certainly got hold of it. Always just fading away from that left hand upright. As the goalkeeper looked out from there. There was Jardim, able to see it from a long way away. Just waved the ball wide. Won by Andre. He actually couldn't keep it. Soon won back, helped on by Burak Yilmaz. Can't take it off João Mario Gedson. Rafa Silva's made the run this time. Thiago saw it, got across and covered. And Leo Jardim can't keep the ball in play, though. Sven Botman blowing hard. So we say the tempo's been good in this game. The two coaches will be happy, asking their players to put a real shift in. That's what they've done. The last raft of changes we'll expect now from Jorge Jesus. We made 3 already. And then 1 at half-time, of course, with the goalkeeper. Tarabt. Away by Andre. And now we can have those changes. It'll be 4 to start with for Benfica. Paulo Bonato, Gabriel, Gil Diaz. First it's the Lille changes. 3 for them. Some tired legs out there. Angel Gomez, the first to come on. Yazici makes way. Nias. Rocco Asconi, very young, very talented 17-year-old, entering the fray as well. And Bradaric will be the last. And Celik makes way. And now Benfica's turn. Well, Rafa Silva was inevitably going to be one of those, making way Gilberto as well. And as they ring around the changes, Lucas Verissimo as well. And also Grimaldo as well, Alex Grimaldo. Before making way, Florentino, Gil Diaz, Paulo Bernardo, and Gabriel. The players coming on. First involvement straight away for Gil Diaz. Well, the goalkeeper went back there and the defender was just almost ushering him forward. Eventually got themselves sorted out. Looked a foul by Weigl on Burak Yilmaz, and was. A little touch by Seferovic. Leo Jardim able to tidy up. Thiago. Let's move to the left now of the central defence with the change there. It's forward looking for Gomez. Nicely done again. Now then, red shirts are making their way forward here. The pullback tied it up well on the edge of the penalty area, important as well. And well fought out of it by Jedson as well. Nice little run by Ascone. Started it all as well. Midfield position. There's confirmation of the changes on the screen there. All comes so quickly, it's sometimes hard to see what's happening at home. On by Weigl. This is Vertonghen. Florentino has just stepped into midfield now, and Julian Weigl's just dropped back in alongside Jan Vertonghen, still on the field. As I mentioned earlier, played more minutes than anyone in Portugal last season. I'm not surprised that he's still there. Problem here for Benjamin Andre. Jedson picks him up. As we say, there has been an interest from Lille in Jedson. Whether or not they'd be able to take him in is another question. Weigl. Vertonghen. This is Florentino. Paulo Bernardo. Gabriel. Vertonghen. And by Gabriel again. Diaz has just made a little run on the outside. It wasn't spotted. Jedson. Paulo Bernardo. Towards Seferovic. Ascone picks up the ball and picks up the pieces and wins the free kick. Let's say just 17. And he is very, very highly thought of, not just from his club, but also at international level as well. It's another free kick. Joe Gomez caught by Florentino. Clumsy, wasn't it? Again, just big long legs. Just running through the former Manchester United youngster. Returning from loan, of course, having been let out after signing from Manchester United last season. There's the delivery. Elton stayed at home, away by Weigl. Thiago goes all the way back to his goalkeeper. There's Ascone again. It's just over hit for Weah this time. Well, just over 7 minutes remaining. Good work out for both these teams. Certainly playing for as long as they did with starting 11s, really helping the flow of the game. It was difficult in these last few minutes when you've had so many substitutions. It's been interesting to hear a lot of coaches say that you can actually learn a lot about the players who come on for that 10-15 minutes in a friendly. And see their attitude, see the mentality, see the hunger, desire to put it in, even when they're not in the starting 11. Benfica are just readying Rodrigo Pinho, the Brazilian. And on the charge with Paulo Bernardo here. And lost that. It's a good piece of defensive work by Bradaric. Florentino. Seferovic's layoff won't find a white shirt. Angel Gomez. It's Diallo. Nice twist and turn. On by Ascone. He'll just run away harmlessly to Weigl. Lihaji taking the ball from Gil Diaz, but not quite able to keep it in place. A little unfortunate there. Here comes what will be the final change of the game. German-born Brazilian Rodrigo Pinho coming on for João Mario for the last few minutes, having just signed for the club at the end of his contract on Madeira, with Marítimo expiring. Former Braga man, born in Germany when his dad was playing for Hamburg. Now 30, had a good 4 years at Marítimo as well. That lovely island in Madeira. It certainly has become one of the most famous islands in the world, hasn't it? After developing and bringing the world Cristiano Ronaldo. Bradaric. But with Leo Jardim. And by Bradaric again, Thiago Diallo. We'll go back to his goalkeeper. Those two still on the field from the start of the game. Set to get 90 minutes in the tank. Paulo Bernardo back to his goalkeeper. And of course, on the Benfica side, Jan Vertonghen, Julian Weigl as well, both getting 90 minutes under their belt. I imagine we'll see them against Marseille in a few nights' time. They'll be happily wrapped up in the stand, watching on, you'd imagine. Although that Spartak Moscow game will get ever closer. Seferovic, nicely done. Diaz. The defending was good, the defending was tight. Made sure there was no way through Chechnias. Well, they scored from a corner, and it's the only goal of the game so far. That was Pizzi's brilliant delivery for Gonzalo Ramos. Now can Adel Tarabt wrap up a pre-season victory for Benfica here? The delivery is good. The header away was an important one and a very good one as well. Under pressure, just a few metres out from his own goal line. Gomez loses out. Gabriel. Coutinho couldn't take the ball in. It wasn't the best ball to him. Gomez. Skone. Skone again. Clipped by Florentino. A couple of clumsy ones from him since he came on. Might be the last minute, but he still wants to get a message across to his players. Never lose concentration. Where? We've got to get it back after he lost it. Where again? Shot struck his own player in Burak Yilmaz. He might get a corner though here. Didn't look as though it came off the back of his own player. Well, Lille has certainly contributed to this game. They have hit the woodwork twice. And they get themselves an equaliser with pretty much the last chance of the game here. It's Bradaric who will take. And Burak Yilmaz is there. Well, it was the wizened old veteran who's come as close as anyone to providing Lille with a leveller right at the end of the game. Got a good jump, just slid off the back of his head, didn't it? Didn't get the contact he wanted. There's the time being added on now. So there won't be much. João Gonçalves has already indicated that there won't be long to play. Lots of substitutions, but if we were going to have 30 seconds on for them, we'd be here all night. And it's been a good workout for both these sides. Both plenty to take from it. Lille, they've certainly got some thinking to do ahead of the new season and the defence of their title, especially with the strength around them. And Benfica, well, just can't do as badly as they did last season, and they have to make sure they do get through in the UEFA Champions League third qualifying round when they play Spartak. A bit of an agricultural challenge that from Andre on Tarabt. Vertonghen. Vertonghen again. Florentino. Weigl. Paulo Bernardo. Looking for one last chance to break downfield, but Tarabt dummied to a teammate that was never there. Burak Yilmaz towards Weah, and the touch was by Weigl. The delivery from Burak Yilmaz Weah was Way offside. Linesman's done him a bit of a favour giving the corner there, because when the ball reached where he would have flagged for offside. Here comes the corner. And it comes out towards Angel Gomez. Weah. Gomez. Weah again. Handed away well. Loose ball, and the strike is dipping really viciously from that deflection, and Elton did so well to watch it all the way. Horrible this for the goalkeeper. Look at the deflection it takes, and coming down, and he was mightily relieved, was Elton. Here comes the corner. Bradanic with the take. Moscone. The referee might say that's just about that. He is. Brings an end to what's been a very good workout for these two sides. The only goal of the game scored by the young man who couldn't stop scoring at youth level, has scored at youth international level as well, and has now taken that to the first team as well. Gonzalo Ramos, his header into the back of the net. Lovely goal it was as well from Pizzi's corner. There were a couple of moments for Lille in the first half where they hit the woodwork, and then one in the second half as well, with Araujo's effort coming back off the frame of the goal. But a good workout, both players to take from it, and there's now just one friendly left for each before the start of the new season. But this has been a good game in the Estadio do Algarve in Faro. Lovely evening, good game. Finishes Benfica 1, Lille 0.